everyone, so I am back today with your third trimester things that nobody told me that I wish I would have known. I know it's been a long time coming, but I am here and I am back, so let's get right into it. Like I said, pregnancy is like just the most beautiful thing. You're creating an entire human inside of your body, so your body goes through so many changes, and even though it's a beautiful thing, as a woman it's hard to be pregnant and deal with all of those emotions. And so there's so many things that nobody told me, and this is my third trimester, things that no one told me that I wish I would have known. During your third trimester, most people will have an issue moving in bed. So basically your belly is just so big and so hard, and it's so hard to even turn in bed. You will obviously have to lay either on your left hand side or your right hand side. They say that the best side to lay on is your left hand side because the baby can breathe better. Some people frown upon that. They say that you can lay either way. I would just do my research and ask your doctor which way you should lay, but obviously you cannot at this point lay on your stomach. So that's pretty tough, and you know, it's really uncomfortable. It's very hard to get up. You don't really have ab muscles anymore, and you won't understand how much you use your ab muscles until you don't have them while you're pregnant. So every time that you get up, like, it's very, very hard. You feel like something is literally pressing you down. So that's, I think, one of the toughest things, that you can't bend over now. You can't put on your shoes. I mean, in the last month I just couldn't put on my own shoes. I needed help with socks and things like that. Bending over, you should be very, very careful bending over. So basically you should just bend your knees versus like bending over to pick anything up. That's just like the best tip that I can give you. Don't like lean forward, because you know your belly's in the way, so you won't really be able to get that far. Your best bet is just to bend your knees if you absolutely have to. One thing that really helped me when I was pregnant was getting a body pillow. So basically it's a long pillow that like kind of has a U shape on both ends, and basically you put your legs in between the bottom one, and then your head and your arm could go under the top one. And then when you also, if your belly's like so big, you can also like reach the bottom of the pillow underneath your belly so that, you know, it has a little bit of support. That feels really, really great. And then it has back support because of the back of the pillow. With that being said, you definitely want to sleep with pillows in between your legs, because the pain that you will feel in your hoo-ha area, I mean, it's like nothing you've ever experienced. It's so weird. It hurts so much, and nobody ever mentions it to you. Once it started hurting, I asked my doctor. She said completely normal. So I started asking other moms, and they were like, oh yeah, totally, yeah, that's normal. Like, nobody told me that I would have pain in my hoo-ha. I mean, ouch. And it hurts, and it hurts a lot. Like, they say it's because it's your body getting ready to go into labor. So I mean, it's something that has to happen, but really, I mean, it hurts. And it's like almost like having a bruise down there. So if you could just picture that, but like a non-stop bruise for months. Look forward to that. In your last trimester, you will also begin to get really, 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 really tired for no apparent reason. Obviously you are running overtime because you are creating a little baby inside of your tummy. So just, you know, make sure you're getting a lot of rest. Don't overwhelm yourself doing work. You know, getting ready for either a baby shower or just getting baby prepared as it is very, very time consuming. It's, you know, there's a lot of prep that goes into getting all the baby's clothes ready, all the nursery things ready, and you just need to take it easy. Make sure you plan ahead, start early. Even though, you know, you may not be having the baby for another month or maybe even 2, you should just start getting things rolling, so that way everything doesn't pile up at the end and then you end up getting so overwhelmed that, you know, you just break down and cry, or you just feel bad, or, you know, you want to make sure that everything is ready a month. I would say get everything ready 2 months ahead. Like, start getting everything ready, because you never know when you can have your baby. So you can have your baby a month early, sometimes you can have your baby a week early, or you can have your baby a week later, but you want to be prepared. Make sure you have your diaper bag ready, and make sure you have your hospital bag ready, a bag for the baby with all his clothes and anything that he may need, and all of your things that you're gonna need after you give birth. So, you know, look into things that are gonna help you heal down there. Make sure you bring, you know, anything that's gonna make you feel good in the hospital, because you're in for a good ride. Another thing is that now your temper is also going to be much shorter than it used to be, because, you know, your hormones at this point, now they're going nuts. I mean, in the first trimester they were in a roller coaster, and then in the second trimester it gets a little bit better, and then back to the third you're gonna go literally berserk, because you have so many things, especially if you're a new mom. There's so many things that you don't know what to expect, that's like, you know, really intimidating. And you have to also make sure that if you have children in the house, you are prepping them and making them have a relationship with the new baby before he or she is even born. So have them speak into your belly. You can read together. You can help them. You can have them put music on your stomach, you know, maybe sing to the baby in your belly, help you with lotion, and things like that. And then when the baby is born, you also want to make sure that you bring a gift from the baby that was just born to the child that's currently in the house. I think that's like a nice gesture to say, you know, your baby brother or sister brought you this gift, and you know, it helps them create a bond initially, because sometimes kids get, you know, they can get a little bit jealous, or, you know, not understand what's going on. It's important to involve them in the process so that they don't have like a bad reaction, or, you know, a shock when the baby is here. Okay, another thing that you may experience is anxiety, or your heartbeat will be racing like crazy. So you want to make sure that, you know, you stay calm. Like if you are prone to getting anxiety attacks, just make sure you have a way, or you know, maybe a YouTube playlist that you listen to help you calm down. Sometimes music does it, sometimes a bath does it. If you're, you know, depending on who you are, you may have different ways to deal with this, but you know, just make sure that you don't get overwhelmed. Especially, you don't want to work the baby up inside the belly. So just make sure you stay healthy. Another thing nobody told me about was baby brain. I've heard of it before, but nobody told me exactly what happens. Exactly, I never thought that I would ever forget things like the way that I did when I had baby brain. It was like I was not functioning correctly. Another thing that nobody told me about was the heartburn. The heartburn is absolutely unbearable going into your last trimester. I'm talking about you can't even breathe, especially if you have like a baby that has a lot of hair. Sometimes they'll tell you in your ultrasounds, but seriously, like the heartburn, I couldn't even believe it. Like I've never had heartburn in my life, and when I was pregnant in my last trimester, I was literally dying. And I hate taking medications, I hate taking pills, I hate taking anything that's not natural. So I absolutely had to reach for those Tums, because I couldn't sleep, I couldn't sit, I couldn't move. It was just, you know, so unbearable. Like, especially if you have something like literally like a fire coming up through your throat, you definitely need those Tums. So there it is, you guys. Those are the third trimester things I wish someone would have told me. I also would like to know if you guys have any more things that nobody told you about, things that you experienced. Make sure you comment them down below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more videos. Take care.